the weapons, collective edge.
Welcome to the Weapons Collective Edge. Well, this is backyard day. As you can see, it is a little snowy out here. So I'm going to be doing some inside shooting, and I am going to go over what is called Khatra, which is a method of shooting on usually the right side of your bow, thumb draw or the Slavic draw, and that will make it so that when you release your arrow, it will let go and sometimes miss the bow because of the way you twist your hand. But when I get inside, I'll show that, and we'll go over some methods to shoot that way and ways that you can make your muscles get trained. But as I wanted to show here, this is the archery range here. So outdoors, it's just a little too thick on the snow. And if you're shooting this kind of stuff, your arrows get completely buried. And once they're buried, you don't find them until it thaws. So I'll catch you inside. See you in a little bit. So I'm back inside, and we're going to go over the Khatra style of shooting. So I'm using my Kyudo bow that draws on either the left or the right side, and I'm going to shoot just with a bare hand. Some people will put a glove on so the feathers don't get into your hand, but the main style here is you put it on the right side of the bow, and you can use a thumb draw where you put your thumb underneath and lock it in with the other finger, pull it through, and shoot. So that's the method of thumb draw. And then the other method I have been shooting recently is Slavic draw. So you put your finger on the flat side of the arrow here next to the cock feather, and then put your other two fingers on the string to pull back. So what that does is, if I'm here and pulling back, it holds the arrow. If I don't do that, it falls off. So the draw is finger on the arrow, two fingers underneath, and pull. And that is the Slavic draw. So as we can see here, the Khatra version of is a extra part that if I put pressure on the top of the bow and put the other pressure down so that when I release, the bow goes forward like this, it will pull the bow partially out of the way when the arrow flies. So let me shoot one like that. Here I got lots of pressure and a little bit of finger pressure on the bottom, and my arrow shoots and I come off this way. Next method would be I kind of put a twist on it, or as you learn to do it without twisting your hand, you are going to have it where when the arrow flies off, the bow twists out. That will also do the same thing of trying to get the bow out of the way. So I put a little torque on it, get in here, and there, when I release, the bow is twisted. In either position, I am trying to have the arrow, as I'm shooting, as it comes off, I'm trying to get the bow out of the way. It instantaneously does it because when I release the pressure on the string, it lets the bow either twist or fall forward, but the arrow is already traveling when that happens, so that it tends to get the bow out of the way. Sometimes you'll still hear it hit, and sometimes you won't. So same thing, little twist, and then I'll do another one where I'm putting pressure down and the bow will go forward. The forward one, I'm still hearing a little hit, but I also have where this is, when I go forward, it's still kind of in the way. So if this had more of a shelf that was out of the way, I might not have that. So my twisting style of Khatra would probably be better in this bow. But we'll continue on. I'll take a few more. Now, Armin Hermer is another YouTuber. He is excellent at this. I will put a link up to him demonstrating how to do Khatrah, and it'll be a little more informative than mine because that's pretty much how I learned it, through watching his videos. But trying to demonstrate what I use and how I apply it. So we'll go from there, and I'll show you a few more shots. So again, here with a mild twist, and here with the pressure down. So that's my basis on that. I'm going to try to get a slow motion video right from behind so I can show how it moves. We'll add that to the end. See you in a bit. So that was Khatra. So again, it is either a twist so that the bow can twist out, or a push forward with the V of your hand, thumb and index finger, of pushing forward. So when I let go of the string, it can push forward. Or when I'm twisting a little bit, I can let go of the string and it'll twist. Like I say, Arm & Hammer will describe a little more in detail. It's not really completely that easy. That's just my interpretation of it. But if you keep on trying and apply it as you're shooting, you'll get good at whichever style you like on that. It does tend to need to be on the right hand side of the bow, because for me to twist it this way is difficult, and obviously the string hits. Forward still works, but it's kind of difficult. So Mediterranean style, where you're shooting on the left side of the bow, is a little more difficult. It tends to be on the, like I say, thumb draw, and the Slavic draw will be on the right hand side of the bow, where Khatra is easier to use. So it's more or less for those style of bows, horse bows, or in this case a kind of an Asiatic bow. And if you can't shoot on the right hand side of the bow, then you can practice, trying to do it on left. But if it's truly something you want to do, more than likely you would have to get something that is ambidextrous, to where you can shoot on either side. Well, that's just the options. So horse bows are something that people go to, and that's what I enjoy. But if you like this, please subscribe, and I will put up more content. See you then. Bye. A winter wonderland in February. I'll be back out shooting soon, so another couple months and I can go outside. Enjoy.